How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. And today we're going to be talking about 3 of the best VPNs from Manila. So if you're looking for a VPN from Manila, whether you live there or are on a vacation, a VPN can prevent government censorship and surveillance to give you added freedom online. VPNs can also protect you against hackers and also allow you to access tons of extra streaming content that isn't available in the Philippines. So in this guide, I've pinpointed 3 of the best VPNs with servers in the Philippines. These 3 VPNs have the features you need to use the internet without being tracked. So before we begin, if you guys are interested in any of these VPNs, you'll find links to special deals and discounts in the description down below, as well as full reviews if you'd like to learn more about these VPNs. Okay, so let's just go ahead and talk about these VPNs. Though before I do, I want to show you guys that I'm just going to use this French server right here to just obfuscate my real location. And I want to show you guys here on whatismyipaddress.com. It's going to tell me that I am, or at least is going to think that I am in France because I'm connected to the French server right here. Of course, I just want to show you that, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and turn it off. I want to show you that we do have servers right here in the Philippines. So with ExpressVPN, this is the Philippines servers. And we've got, with Cyberghost, we can just look up the Philippines. And there we go. And let me just minimize this for now. We'll talk about the VPNs in just a second, just as soon as I show you guys that the Philippines servers are there. So Philippines, there we go. Okay, so if we just connect to one of these servers, let's say Surfshark this time. Okay, there we go. Philippines. So let's connect. And the moment I'm connected, I'm going to show you guys that what is my IP address. This is how you can double check that you've definitely changed to the Filipino IP address. On any website that checks your IP address, you can just double check. And as you can tell, it does say that I am in the Philippines. So it really is as simple as that. Okay, so these VPNs are overall some of the best VPNs in the business today, especially VPNs with Philippines servers or Filipino servers. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments if I'm saying it wrong. So with ExpressVPN, you'll be getting over 3,000 servers in 94 countries, which is a massive number. And it'll be able to secure up to 5 devices per subscription, which is an industry standard to say the least. You've also got basic security features such as the kill switch and split tunneling. And if you're not familiar with these, the kill switch will stop your internet traffic if the VPN disconnects unexpectedly. And this will make sure to prevent any kind of data leak, and so that you're only connected to the internet while you're secured by the VPN tunnel. Split tunneling will allow you to choose which applications can be routed through the VPN and which are not. So this can be very useful if you just want a specific application to use the VPN tunnel while leaving the rest of your connection alone. A handful of protocols are also available. Just stick with lightweight. I would say you can use automatic. That works perfectly fine because it will adapt to your connection, or the servers for that matter. Lightweight UDP though, I mean, 99% of the time it works perfectly fine for me. So yeah, that just works just fine. Now, if you're looking for a service that's a little bit cheaper, maybe you're not too concerned about privacy and you just want a good VPN with a cheap long-term plan, this is a great service, okay? Now, Cyberghost does work in censorship-heavy countries, but if you're looking for just the best overall when it comes to working in censorship-heavy countries, if you are in a censorship-heavy country, then ExpressVPN will work just fine. Now, with Cyberghost, you've got over 7,000 servers in 91 countries. So that's a whole lot more than ExpressVPN when it comes to servers, in just 3 countries less than ExpressVPN. So this is a massive, massive library. And what I like about Cyberghost specifically, and by the way, you'll be able to secure up to 7 devices per subscription. What I like about Cyberghost specifically is the fact, so of course you have these servers, these specialty servers listed here, so dedicated IP, which you'll have to pay for, maybe later. and no spy servers, gaming servers, torrenting servers, and streaming servers. And I wanted to get to the streaming part because let's say you want to unblock Hulu. All you need to do is look up Hulu and it'll give you all of the Hulu optimized servers. It's the same with Netflix. So I really like this feature. It saves you a little bit of time. You don't have to scroll through or whatever. It just gives you the best servers around for unblocking Netflix without having to try out a bunch of servers. And this is, I would say this is one thing that Cyberghost, one of the things that Cyberghost has over Express, both Express and Surfshark. Because with Express and Surfshark, now this is something you want to keep in mind. Because previously, both Express and Surfshark were able to unblock US Netflix using any server. However, after the latest crackdown, it became very troublesome for both of these VPNs, and most VPNs, really, almost all VPNs. Netflix tends to be a very tough nut to crack. So yeah, it's very hard. I'm pretty sure the engineers are always working around the clock, making sure that it works so that these servers are able to unblock US Netflix. But what you need to do with ExpressVPN and Surfshark, and it's pretty consistent, by the way, is you can just, let's say you try the Buffalo and you try the New York or Boston server or whatever, and it doesn't work the first time. You don't have to keep, now you can just keep testing. And if you just go through, let's say 2, 3, 4 servers, usually if you just go through a couple of servers, you can find one that works. But if you happen to not find one that works, you can just contact the live chat support. All these VPNs do have live chat support, 24/7 live chat support. You can contact them and they'll give you a specific server or specialty server. They'll tell you, hey, you know, at this time we're having a little bit of trouble with Netflix, so you can use Atlanta, Detroit, and Miami, you know, until further notice or whatever. And this is kind of inevitable, and it does happen sometimes with Cyberghost. Though, you know, since they only have a few servers that work with Netflix, it's probably a little bit easier for them to get around the blocks. But for consistency, I have found more consistency usually with ExpressVPN and Surfshark, because sometimes, although rarely so, admittedly, the specific Netflix here. So if I look up Netflix, where is it? So let's say the US library, the US Netflix will just not work. It will not unblock the US library of Netflix. And, you know, I would have to go to all of the servers and go to the United States and pick some other server. That's how it usually, sometimes I have to do that, okay? And you can find one that works. So just keep that in mind. It's kind of an inevitable cat and mouse game between VPNs and Netflix. Okay, so for features, you've got obviously the DNS blockers here that prevent DNS leaks. This is always on, so I don't really recommend you turn that off. It's always on in ExpressVPN and Surfshark. You don't even have the option to turn it off. So I'm not sure why they give you the option to turn it off here. And you have an ad blocker with block content here. For the most part, it blocks ads, trackers, and malware, as it says here. An automatic kill switch, just like the kill switch in ExpressVPN. And with the smart rules, you'll notice that you have some just launch rules here, Wi-Fi automation, and with exceptions. You can choose the websites that you don't want to pass through the Cyberghost tunnel. And with app rules, you'll be able to make the Cyberghost VPN launch and connect to a VPN server automatically when you open an application. Besides that, you don't really have much besides these app rules and automations. And yeah, just a couple of protocols here and there, OpenVPN, IKEv2, WireGuard. You can stick with automatic or WireGuard for that matter. WireGuard works really good, but not all of these servers are prepared for WireGuard or WireGuard optimized. So you might find that you won't be able to connect to some servers using WireGuard, though with the most popular servers, such as, well, most of the European and American and Canadian servers, you'll be able to use WireGuard just fine. Okay, so that's pretty much it for features with Cyberghost. Now, if you're looking for, in my opinion, I think it is the best, even though Cyberghost can be cheaper with the longer term plan because they have a 3-year plan. Surfshark is definitely the best bang for the buck because you're getting a lot more value out of Surfshark than Cyberghost, because Cyberghost, as it is with their list, they can unblock about 8 Netflix libraries. Express is able to unblock up to 18 Netflix libraries, and Surfshark up to 15 Netflix libraries. Okay, and you've got over 3,200 servers in 65 countries, and perhaps the biggest selling point for Surfshark, you'll be able to secure virtually an unlimited number of devices, and you still get a whole bunch of features such as multi-hop, which will route your connection through 2 servers rather than 1 for extra security, and static IPs, which will give you the same IP address every time you return to one of these servers. And the kill switch, of course, just like the other 2 VPNs. And you might have noticed that Cyberghost doesn't exactly have the full split tunneling feature. It's kind of a half split tunneling feature, whereas with Surfshark, you will get Whitelister, which is the same as split tunneling. It's a full split tunneling feature as it is with ExpressVPN. You have the ad blocker and, of course, a handful of protocols, including the ShadowSox protocol, which will help you reach banned websites if you're having trouble in censorship-heavy countries. Though keep in mind, this will only secure your browser traffic, and, according to reports and according to Surfshark themselves, most users can manage just fine, even if you're in a censorship-heavy country, using the other protocols, including WireGuard, so you don't really need the ShadowSox protocol. Okay, so No Borders mode will help you bypass the Great Firewall of China if you are in China or any other censorship-heavy country. So hopefully you guys got a bit of an idea of which one of these VPNs could be the best choice for you. I would say overall the best of the best is definitely ExpressVPN, followed by Surfshark, and then Cyberghost. So yeah, it's up to you whether or not you want to go with one over the other. All these VPNs do have live chat support if you want to ask for the refund, because you can ask for the refund during the first 30 days of your purchase on all plans with Express and Surfshark, and during the first 45 days with Cyberghost. I believe that does not apply to the 1-month plan, but you are able to get a free trial. I think it's a free 24-hour trial with Cyberghost, so yeah, keep that in mind. Besides that, you will find all the links to pricing and discounts in the description down below, as well as full reviews if you'd like to learn more about these VPNs with regards to their privacy policies, speed streaming, torrenting capabilities, as well as security and features. Comment below if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer all of them. Like and subscribe if you'd like to support the channel and stay up to date with everything VPNs and cybersecurity. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a wonderful day.